So what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. I needed a few days because there was a lot going on. Prometheus, if you see this, Prometheus Unchained, I'm gonna get at you. Had some family stuff going, so that's why I haven't been online the last few days. Um, this is gonna be a little different. This is gonna be my breakdown of what I saw this week. So episode one of how I see it. So I'm gonna start first and foremost with the divorce. And then I saw guys talking about, Cardi B or Offset and Cardi B. What's up, D-Rock? With them getting divorced. And then I saw Cardi B, ironically, this morning when I was working out before work, say they got divorced. She filed for divorce because she got tired of arguing. And how I see it is, what's up, John Jones? How I see it basically is thoughts and thugs don't work. Say, bro, I'm gonna get with you. I gotta get with you, dog, because some stuff went on with my family the last few days. So I gotta get back at you. I gotta get back at you. What's up, playmate partner? Um, thoughts and thugs don't work. You know, shouldn't work. Don't work. You know why they don't work? Cause they don't like to get along with you. Oh, okay, cool, Prometheus. Why do I say that? Very simple. He was never husband material. She was never wife material. Now, at least he didn't file for divorce for arguing. She did. But she argued with everybody. What's up with you, Mel? What's up, Mr. Edmore? She argued with everybody. So she not gonna stop arguing with people after this divorce because that's what she do. She get into it, you know. Yeah, absolutely. I am J Money. I am. So how I see it is, you know, she used that guy. She used him and his fame from Migos to get her career. Now she feel like she killing the game, and now it's time to get divorced because now she feel like she popping. And what's gonna wind up happening? She gonna fall on her face. That's basically what's gonna happen. And then we're gonna start from square one, right? You know, oh, that's dope. That's dope. So that's how I see it. One of the other things that happened, uh, you know, no, he ain't gonna be struggling, fam. He gonna move on. He gonna move on, in my opinion. Osaga, what's happening? You know, so the other thing, as I see it, D-Rock, thanks, fam. Netflix Cuties. Shout out to Crimson Cure, Kendra for the wonderful breakdown of it. Shout out to everybody else who brought it up and the people who didn't want to bring it up. I'm not really necessarily bringing up the, I'm bringing it up. I'm going to bring up something about it. The way I see it, that movie is letting people know that at a young age, they're training young girls to be reckless. It's no different from the era when they thought gangster rap was gonna turn all the young men into gangsters. You know what I'm saying? And there are a significant amount of brothers who went down that path. And, you know, now, 20, 30 years later, it's like, that was a bad idea. All this is, with all of this, the cuties and the sexuality pushed on girls to be overly sexual and women to be overly sexual, this is their era to be reckless. And what you're seeing is they get the prerequisite of how it ends. Lil Kim is how it ends. Foxy Brown is how it ends. You get what I'm saying? Kaya is how it ends. But everybody keeps thinking that, oh, I'm gonna be different. You know, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be special. The scenario with Black China saying, oh, I'm a single mother. That's my thing. That's how it ends. You know, not a good look. Not a good look whatsoever. Included with that is this idea that somehow they keep putting grown women and little girls in position to say this is how we act, and women are doing this, that all of their actions are understandable and justifiable. What I mean by that is when you make a movie that depicts a little girl trying to seduce her older brother to get his stuff, and he pushes her away because he thinks that's bad, and she uses that to steal his phone and then take pictures of herself, you know and put that on the internet, is showing that the guys aren't as monstrous and hypersexual as they said. Right, this was happening. My bad, y'all. These guys aren't as hypersexual and sexually driven and willing to do anything for and with sex, and they're willing to just cross every boundary. That's not what it's saying. It's saying that the guys have boundaries from young to old. Jasmine, it was in the movie. It was in the movie Cuties. You know. So, and that's liberating. You get what I'm saying? That's liberating. So, people looked at, I guess, people looked at young black males doing drug dealing as that was liberating and empowering. I don't rebellious, but I don't think it was liberating or empowering. But I I, I can see the parallel with both. Yeah, even when they own brother, exactly. So that's how I see it. Next, I've been looking at this political arena this week. How I see it, far right conservatives and far left Democrats, or far left liberals, both equally have mental issues. They both need counseling. They both need therapy. They both are completely and utterly out of their minds. Nothing wrong with being a conservative. Nothing wrong with being a liberal. That's your ideology, whatever. But when you go far to the right or left, you start to become a nut job. Why am I saying this? Because what I've seen is people on the far left use movies like Cuties and stuff like that as it's eye opening. It's great. It's liberating. It's blah blah blah. And you're like, no, that's trifling. But what I've seen with people on the far right is this idea that if you're a conservative, you're right. You can do no wrong. All of your actions, even though they may lack common sense and be illegal, are right because it's come from a conservative point of view. So you can pull a gun out on somebody because you're a conservative. No, no, you're an idiot. See, you can say somebody deserves to die and be proud of that because you're a conservative. Or you can say, how dare a family get paid in a civil suit for getting murdered on an illegal knock warrant? That is un-American because I'm conservative. Really, really. So now we're entering a country. We're in a country where, and this is what I mean. Those same conservatives, whether they be white or black, expect O.J. Simpson to pay um, the Goldman family because he was liable for their death. But they're same ones are outraged that the police have to pay. Oh, interesting, interesting, very interesting. And that's how I see it, like nutcases. I was listening to that debate. What's up, Bo? When people were saying things like, "What?" It's it's. I was talking to one of my coworkers about this morning. It's funny that when you're on the far left, a guy can actually be committing a crime, and you'll still say, um, "What happened to him shouldn't have happened." No, like if you're committing a crime and you wind up getting roughed up and killed in the midst of a crime with a gun, something should happen to you. That's common sense. If something could, it should. I shouldn't say what's happening, cynical. You know, I shouldn't say it should, but it's very possible, very very possible. But here's a flip side: if you're not committing a crime or something a violent crime or just a misdemeanor, you shouldn't be killed either. That ain't a death sentence either, right? But when people are far left, that's okay. What's up, Miss Witt? The idea that, you know, we can do whatever we want. It doesn't matter. Ridiculous. On both sides, ridiculous. Now, why did I bring that part up? Because it was something else I saw this week. Men are still trash, I see, right? You know how I see it? It looks like trashy women can't understand that water seeks its own level. That's what that is. You're trashy. The men you're dating are trashy because birds of a feather flock together, i.e., y'all the same. But you can't see that you're trashy. You see, going back to the first thing that I talked about was the Cardi B thing. My mind was heading. The Cardi B thing, somebody put it out there already. So Cardi B is a strong woman, and Offset is such a bad guy, and she needs to move on. You hear women, yeah, salute to Cardi B for moving on. But those same women did not throw Jada Pinkett under the bus for doing it, for quote unquote cheating. And this time, Cardi B even said he didn't cheat. But the reason I'm saying this is because men are trash. Men need to be canceled. Men are obsolete. Interesting. So why would you expect men to do anything for you after that fact? Achilles was popping. So as I see it, how I see it is basically if you're calling guys trash, stop expecting them to be your treasure. That's what it is. What's up, CEO, man? My bad. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Now, the other thing, oh boy. Because this is, for me, it's what I encompassed the whole week. Um, so I was talking to somebody, and this is a sports reference, right? He says he thinks Baker Mayfield, the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, is better. I ain't gonna say way better, but I call him retarded. But he's way better than Lamar Jackson. No, he's better than Lamar Jackson. And I had to tell his coworker, there comes a point where you need to take your views on race out of stuff. Because just because you don't like a race of people does not mean that somebody is good because they're the race that you like. So where I'm going with this is when it comes to swirling, when it comes to popping up Becky or whatever, exactly. Where's Baker's? Exactly. When it comes to that, how I see it, if you gonna prop up a loser that you gonna have to ride that thing out with. That's what's gonna happen. So it's all good. If you like a loser because he's the color that you like, you know, take that losing record with you. You know, if you hate a winner because he's not the color that you like, don't say nothing. You know, what's up, Q? Like, because at the end of the day, common sense is common sense. Another topic. I don't know how to preface this, but sometimes, well, yeah, I know. Sometimes you got to walk away from people. Well, I'm not going to say that. Sometimes you got to stop holding on to people. This week's lesson. See, sometimes you holding on to something or someone so tight that you can't let them or it go to let something better come into your life. See, sometimes you so focused on what you want, you don't see what wants you. And sometimes what wants you is better than what you want. You know, when one door closes, another one opens, or two other ones open. Depends on your point of view, right? So how I see it is, you might have the courage to let go of something that you want for something greater. And some of us don't necessarily have the courage to do that. You know, that's what it is. Quico, what up? Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, I got. Hey man, this little artisan water is off the chain, man. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I've been drinking these like crazy. Now, but that's how I see it with that. What made me say that, CEO? What's up, Cortez Hotep Hotep? Omega, what's happening? What made me say that was I was actually listening to somebody talk about some advice that they gave that they were given. I think it was Michael Rainey, the kid that plays Tariq. I think that's what it was. 50 Cent told him, look, don't hold on to something so tight that you don't get something coming along better. Whatever, CJ. You hater. You know what I'm saying? You hate these waves, player. You don't hate these waves, CJ. But I think that's where it came. But it applied during the week. Like I heard it and then had to apply it during the week of this week of my life. You know, just like 'cause sometimes you do that. You want something so bad you don't even look at your other options. You know, you don't even think your other options will be better than what you want. You know, so that was really what did that. Um, Something else happened this week. Well, not this week, but well, this week also. Had to think about that. How I see it, The older you get, the more overrated sex becomes. It, it's good, but you might come to find out that when you were a teenager, 20s, even 30s, you spent a lot of time chasing, more time chasing sex and less time getting it. Because if you got a lot of sex, you would have got burnt out on it fast. But here's the thing, it's overrated because the juice ain't worth the squeeze, even when it's good. And the reason I'm saying that is you chasing sex, but you can't get along with a person. Why waste all that time chasing that person's body when you ultimately don't like the person? And you never you practice on having an orgasm, but you never practice on actually getting along with the person. That sounds like your horoscope, you know. And you realize, can you actually lay in a bed with this person without having sex and be happy, or have a conversation with this person that doesn't involve sex and be happy, or just be in this person's presence and be like, yeah, we good. You know, the reason why I say that is because, I've been around a lot of people who've been married for years and years and years, and I'm not gonna say all of these relationships and marriages were 100% faithful, because they weren't. But what I am gonna say is they wouldn't trade those married couples wouldn't trade each other for nobody, even the people that they stepped out with. And I started thinking about it. Cut to the chase, what's popping, player? And when I started thinking about it, it was like, look, sex is really, really overrated. Like, to the point that a lot of us get so caught up and enamored with it, we lose our common sense. You know. Oh, what's up, Rick James? Man, what's up? Oh, look, don't you start, Gabe. Don't you start. Don't get. Wait a minute. I forget his name. Yes, because I be thinking it's you or Frank. I get when I see the logo, I get mixed up sometimes. Um, but that's part of the thing, right? Now, I ain't gonna, semen retention. I ain't gonna. Hey, I'm still having sex, but it's just overrated. Um, how I see it. Gerald Meadows, what's popping? Yeah, I know, I know. That's why I was laughing. I get it mixed up, fam. You know. So last week I said I gave myself a 30-day challenge, right? Now I lost 8 pounds since last Thursday, and this is how I see it. I drank more water. I love lemonade. Love hibiscus lemonade. I had to look at the sugar content of it. So I can't drink. I got to drink it like an inmate, where you drink it and you water it down. But I've drank more spring water and the artisan water. Eating more fruits, eating more vegetables, right? I'm counting calories now. I hated that. Had to get rid of the cookies. This is how I see it. If you get rid of sugar, you'll drop a lot of weight fast. If you get rid of sugar and drink water, you drop. I eat sockeye. I eat wild sockeye, Cortez. If you drop the sugar and drink water, you drop a lot of weight. Yeah, cynical, like just like that. And I'm not, I wasn't big as to begin with. So that Rasta was popping. That was my lesson in my own diet. And I'm taking this further. When you lose weight, you feel younger and you look younger. You know, I got that coconut water too. You know, I made smoothies with it. You know, yeah, I don't drink soda. I don't really don't drink soda. If I drink a soda, it's got to be like a Sierra Mist or something. And I drank a Cascade Ice sparkling water, caffeine lemonade. I don't I don't drink coffee. I didn't sleep that night. I'm not messing with caffeine. I know that. Yeah, I see that too. I'm not messing with caffeine. Salute to you. Take care of yourself, Prometheus. So how I see it, absolutely taking sugar out of your diet will change. You would change your pounds quick. Now I've been working out crazy, but I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't do the same workout twice. It's been since I made that challenge. I haven't done the same workout twice. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Haven't done it. A few days I did two a days. But and I'm not gonna lie, if you start eating healthier and cutting the sugar and cutting overeating out and eating more fruits and eating to a calorie count, I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have some moments where you feel hungry and lightheaded in the mug. Because you're not gonna be accustomed to that. No, I can't outrun no Africans, not no Kenyans. I'm actually a sprinter. I ain't no long distance. But I ran sprints this morning, got up, took a shower, went to work, got off of work, and ran 4 miles, and then did a 4 mile jog. And oh, the other reason why I'm saying it is for everybody who's trying to get a six pack, you don't have to work on abs every day. What you got to do is work on, that sugar. Abs are made in the kitchen. No, I hate liver. I hate liver. No, 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 Cortez. No, it's never gonna be me, player. Oh, nah, we gonna get somewhere. Now, other things that happen in life and trending topics today. In life, sometimes how I see it is you got to give people exactly what they want. And what I mean is, you don't, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Sometimes people will push your buttons because they want control. You got to give them that control to get them out of your life. Let it go. Like you don't need to get in the back and forth with somebody. You know, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that, CEO. I'll get to that next. Because there's some other serious stuff that I want to talk about too. But what winds up happening is you're gonna mess around and get in a stressful battle for no reason with somebody for something that's not gonna change over something that is not really that important, and they need a win in their life. Let them have their win. Nah, I got you, fam. When the back to Africa push, I think how I see it actually is it's a good thing. The question is how many of us are actually going to do it, and what's the citizenship looking like? Um, I think it's going to come a point where people are going to stop being against it, and people are just going to say, you know what, I'm out of. I'd rather live there than here. I think because I have coworkers who are from countries like India, um, from countries, India, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, different parts of Africa, where when they retire, they take their retirement and go back to their home country and live like a king. Patrick was popping. They live like a king. They go back to their home country, live like a king. So what I look at now is, what's up, Mike? Is if people want to go back, go back. But it's probably going to be the people who are most prepared to live on a retirement income type situation, or they may be young enough and got the money for it now and do it. And ironically, there gonna be some more YouTubers who gonna go there, live there. Cause I'm guessing if you popping on YouTube, you can live good over there. You can live good, and that's a great thing. So I think it's gonna happen more and more. Um, this week I saw, back to the political thing. I saw the president talk about you trying to get 4 wives on that player. Okay, boy, that personality is gonna be kicking your head, and you be like, oh Jesus. But the exchange rate, yeah, yeah, you know, that's the part of the program that you know, people gonna have issues with infrastructure in certain places, but other places not so much. But this week, the president was talking about how blue cities and states are the reason why the coronavirus has been hitting so hard. And if it wasn't for the blue run states, we wouldn't have these problems. Like Illinois and California. And I'm thinking to myself, Florida's red. Texas is red. Arizona is red. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really care, but there comes a point where, and I had to look up how many blue states and red states are in the United States of America. And to be perfectly honest, there are far more red states than blue states in America. So when people bring up blue states and blue cities, they're talking about New York, California, Illinois, Maryland, New Jersey. That's it. Now, whatever, all these other states that have all this stuff going on, they don't want to talk about it. West Virginia's problems, the Bible Belt's problems, the South problems, that's vastly red. Vastly red. There are a few red states that, people feel like are popping. Like I would say now, you say Tennessee, Texas, who got I think Florida, but I think Florida's overpriced now, so people are trying to get out of that. So it becomes an issue because, unfortunately, when a whole country is in debt and the vast majority of the states are red states, then that means the vast majority of the country that's fiscally irresponsible is red. And I think about it, and how I see it is, this is why people, when I said earlier, people in their politics kind of got a mental issue, is because when you look at the states, it's like, the states you want to, the cities you want to, most of American cities, major cities would be considered blue cities. I know, so New York City, L.A., even Houston is a blue city. New Orleans, I don't think, Chicago, your major markets, I would say Miami. What am I missing? Let's just put it like this. The vast majority of the 32 states, cities that have professional teams that everybody want to fly to and be in, the cities are probably blue. That city is probably blue, but the state ain't. You get what I'm saying? So That's crazy. Right. I get that. That's my problem. That's actually my problem. Like, there's no solution for the country's financial problems, and there's not going to be one. That's the ultimate problem. So at this point, how I see it is, people better get very prepared for even after this pandemic ends, because nobody said the elephant in the room was after the pandemic ends. These cities and states are still billions of dollars. They lost billions of dollars in their budget that might not be able to catch up to 2022. So, and not to mention the deficit, the debt is going to be higher than the GDP. So, this country is going to have an economic pandemic. And how I see it is, that's what you got to get prepared for, because if you notice, we're like on the fringe of lack of businesses and lack of shortages. Yeah, bankruptcy USA. Yeah, they should prepare now. If you're getting a kid up here, yeah. Oh, by the way, how I see it is, cryptocurrencies, you might want to just start investing. I don't care how little. I don't care how small, because of the pandemic, coins have been on on paper money. Everybody gets the cards with the chip in it, so there's that, or your watch does it, or your phone does it. LC was popping. How I see it is, it's gonna be all paperless money and all types of cash transactions that are all digital. And we've been talking about this. What's up, Tony Davis? So that's how I see it. Now, another thing. Shout out, first and foremost, thank you, Dennis Sperling, for having me this week. Shout out to him. Shout out to BGS. I was listening to him on Dr. T.S. Johnson's. And this week I was listening to a lot of Manosphere content. And what I would say is, shout out to the Manosphere, the people who've been around a long time. Because a lot of the things that are going on in society right now, it was the Manosphere, the black Manosphere, who told you it was going to happen. Shout out to BGS for being immensely on point about society. And robbery equipment, you know, shout out to him. Shout out to my main man O'Shea. Shout out to him for showing people you gotta move and do business in different ways. You gotta give shout out to Angry Man. You gotta give a shout out to him, because his evolution and his hustle is phenomenal, right? Because the promotions aspect of it, the things working on outside of it. You got to give a shout out to Obsidian for taking it on this platform and off this platform, right? Oh, I'm getting shout out to Mr. Research for being right about a gang of stuff also. Yeah, shout out to him. Because he's gonna be on. I don't know if he was already on it, but he's on Fox Soul. They got him and he's on Fox Soul. So he's the first guy to cross over to that. Shout out to Kevin Samuels for kind of reiterating what the Manosphere has been saying for years, and he's not trying to do it in a dirty way. He's just trying to give people the ins and outs of how society works. Man, just email me, LC, LAR movement at Gmail. That's all. Southpaw, what's happening? So how I see it is, the Manosphere has been right. See, I've been watching Kevin for way back. You know, way back. And even the Manosphere had issues with him telling brothers to get their image right in the beginning. So, and he was right. He was right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some of these guys are, tripping about the high value thing. Nah, he was right. I can be the underdog, Patrick. It's my thing. But shout out, how I see it is the manosphere is right, and then it is ascended by bringing brothers like Dr. T. Son Johnson, by bringing I guess by bringing Dennis Sperling, by bringing the Green Gorilla, by bringing it's a few other professors, and kind of pseudo Tommy Curry, because he's kind of like an architect of all this stuff in the background, bringing all of these intellectuals and these scholars in to say that black men needed the things that black men need to do. You know, Sigma Nation, shout out, shout out. I forgot about King Sigma, man. Shout out to him. Like, yeah, shout out all these brothers, because what wound up happening was, even though some brothers don't get along, or they didn't get along, or they bumped heads, everybody was able to do their thing in a different way, and it showed that we're not, as black men, we're not really that tied to tearing each other down to the point we don't want each other to succeed. And we might disagree, we might not see eye to eye, sometimes we might beef, but for the most part, you know, we do our thing. Yeah, that's what it is, Tony. The movement about to get stronger, because society is changing drastically. And, shout out to all the brothers out there. Now, the other thing is, this week I had saw something, you know, man, I'm good, fam. Uh, I got to give a shout out. How I see it is, there's some of these black women, some of these sisters out here who, they don't necessarily have to be just lock and key with the men, like exactly how we are. But I've seen women over the years, and even now, more and more so, come out, and black women in particular, and be able to say, okay, we're not going to be able to work apart. Come on, what's happening? I'm good. We're not going to be able to work apart the way we think. That don't work well. And they're starting to see that, some of these ideologies that the men have talked about were right. Some of these political aspects the men talked about were right. Some of these financial aspects the men talked about were right. You know, and even though they do things from a female point of view, and they're females, that's what they're supposed to do. They're starting to see, oh, this is partial to the reason why I said shout out to Kevin, because, Kevin's show is so dope. What's up, Faith? That, it's kind of women centered to the point where even women are starting seeing, like, okay, there's certain things we do have to do and certain things we don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, Tony. I'm seeing. You know. Oh, Faith. You know. You see how y'all clowning when a man says he got raped. That man said he got raped, Faith, and you. You see how I'm trying to doing the neck thing and the finger. You didn't believe him. Believe all men. I just had to do that. But that's how I see it. Also, looking at society, how I see it is, we're about to be forced back into, how can I say this? So one of my friends just told me they reopened Vegas. So Vegas is open now. There are going to be cities and states that are going to reopen. So these stadiums are about to get filled with people. Now, how I see it now, it's football season. It's about to start to get cold. It's about to be flu season. Watch how they reopen these cities and this thing goes left. And they want to restart basketball in November anyways. So after these finals, they're going to run that right back up. So, and that means, and all these people been itching to get it back outside. But it's gonna be wintertime for the most, for most. Watch how this stuff goes down. Cause I've seen the pictures of where my birthplace, New Orleans, how people just got to just kick it. We just got to kick it. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be somebody coughing up a lung at this mug. Cause they're not gonna know the difference between if it's corona or flu and blah blah blah. Cause people are hard headed. You know, people are hard headed. And how I see it, that's going to affect the election more than anything else. That's going to make it a 50-50 swing. You know, that's what that's doing. Because you don't know you don't know what political party people going to get sick. You just know people going to get sick. And also, including with that, how I also see it is, now you're starting to see how important, quote unquote, Black Americans are in America. Because if you notice, nobody has a driving. No, people are not following anything in America without Black people. There's nothing to do. That's we got sports and entertainment. Obviously, we do. Because without sports and entertainment, America ain't really such a. America's just like bland. It's lame. What do we do, right? Now, also, I had an experience a few days ago. And this is how I see it. So I went somewhere, met with a good friend of mine. Um, Actually, it was like it was a high school scrimmage. So people's in the crowd, sitting kind of apart, but everybody got their mask on. So this was this Hispanic couples, right? Two Hispanic couples, husband and wife, I'm guessing. And there was this white chick that was thicker than a mother, like not the white girl thick, but the black girl Serena Williams when she was wearing a catsuit thick. So yeah, she was something. Yeah, she was. Just pog up top and bottom. So somebody so thick that you trying to figure out how they get in tights, that kind of thing. So no, Texas. So what winds up happening is, what do I hear in my ear? The Hispanic guy is looking at his wife like, because the woman's actually walking to her seat. So she's walking to her seat and he's like, look at that. Ugh. Like, oh my God. That's fake. That's gotta be, she had to have injections. Those were shots. Oh my God. Who would do that? That just looks terrible. Mind you, his woman or his wife that was next to him was morbidly obese. Bad built, morbidly obese. Like Patrick mixed with SpongeBob, morbidly obese. So as a man, most men know where I'm going with this. I knew what this was. He wanted to get a good look at that woman because his wife don't look like that. So the only way he could do it is by talking crazy about her. Like, oh, look at that. Oh, it's terrible. But mind you, he the whole time, man, I wish my wife had a body like that. I've seen this 100,000 fulfillion times. What's up, Albert? Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, you hate her, huh? And like I said, how I see it, if she would have went to the concession stand, he would have got thirsty. You know, he would have got the. Oh, I'm gonna get you something. I'm gonna get you 7 Chick-fil-A sandwiches, baby. You know, that's all that is. Yeah, exactly. You know what it is. Gotta do it. Yes, that's how we be playing it, Faith. You know, we play trifling. Mm, look at that tacky outfit. Looks like her. Look, you can see her nipples. How could she is such a horrible human being. See that? Ooh, look at that right there. See, that's what your mind's saying, but you don't say that to your woman. You know. Sloan, don't tell her, don't tell her. You know, that's what we do. That's how, you know. So how I see it is, uh, people are tripping. Just say, she fine. She finer than you. Now, on another note, oh, this is about to suck. You know, earlier I brought up how becomes overrated. I, g- I looked at an old comment to something I was talking about women in their 30s having baby fever. You know, the kind that went to school, got their education, got a quote unquote good job and that type of stuff, right? And then they had kids and they wanted kids later. And the lady responded, you know, she says, you know, you could try that with a black wife, Albert. That works. That works. You know, that works. They'll never know the wiser. Look, I've seen my family members do it with their wives. It's a racially it's racially equal. Women are women. Women like to tear down other women. It's easy pickings, player. It's easy pickings. You know. But the lady was saying, you know, women 35 and up can still have just put on your sunglasses, hilarious. Can still have children and be good. And I never responded. And I resaw the comment today and I was like, most people 35 and up, men and women, are horribly out of shape. Horribly out of shape. Not a little bit. Not, you know, they could just get it back together. You know. You know, Elsie, you just found out this we were doing. You know. Yours can't do it to you now. But it's only 79 people in here watching. They know. You know what, Faith? You enabled a rapist last night. That man got raped, and now you want to lie. Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell on y'all. All right, I'm going to tell on y'all. You know, but I'm going to get back to it. Horribly out of shape. So when people think, oh, you know, I could just have a kid at 35, 40, you could say you're relatively young, but you really can't because 35 is really midlife. You know what I'm saying? People don't think about it, but because people died around 70 to 77, you know. Yeah. See, women, like they open the gyms here been open. They got outside, you know. But that's midlife. And most of us built like we in our midlife. Oh yeah. I got another thing. So, this is just trifling, because I still love rap. I still love hip hop. So one of my coworkers asked me, he said, say man, you listen to what kind of hip hop you listen to? I said, look, it's gotta be like from 10 years or back because I don't like the hip hop that's been coming out for the most part, or particular artists because they trash. They have no subject matter. He's like, I was listening to this guy Griselda. I'm like, oh, Benny the Butcher and them? I said, yeah, I know who they is. I know. And he's like, you like them? I'm like, not really. He was like, why? I said, it's nothing against them, but I'm tired of hearing gangster rap by guys who are bad built, got breasts, and swear that they can do something. It's nothing against him, but it's too many gangster rappers out here built like a stud. I don't believe you. I don't know who you think you fooling, but you really built like Queen Latifah out this motherfucker. Ain't nobody scared of you. That ain't real. Sorry. especially as a black gangster. No, you can't. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I mean, I ain't gonna say he not legit. I'm not. I just can't keep up with the. I'm a gangster, Roger. You know, I just can't get. I'm tired of the. I'm a gangster. These guys are not gangsters. They can't even do 25 push-ups. You know, you gotta remember, person named Black Gangster, Black Youngster. Yeah, Black Youngster. Gang? No, no, no. These guys don't look like gangsters to you. No, they don't. I'm sorry. So now I gotta double back for a second. Faith. So let me explain something. You think so? Y'all know one of our tricks, right? What about when women go out sausage watching? Hmm? See, y'all don't y'all looking at y'all if y'all can't find the meat, y'all gonna look at his butt. Y'all do the same thing the men do. Y'all do the same thing. And then y'all get mad when guys know how to hide it better than you. Yeah. Uh-huh. You don't do that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What about when you ladies, you know, try to stand by the men's restroom door just to hope you can get a glance? Come on now. Yeah. What about that? Shoe and hand watching. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Y'all do the same thing. Leave us alone. Is it God? You know, that's why guys be like, we watch, y'all watch. Just mind your business. Just mind your business. But for now, this is what I peeped out this week. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna step in the name of love. I don't care that people don't rock with R. Kelly right now. Peace.